Juju.
I love you, Judith.
I wasn't gonna talk her, but then I realized that isn't it funny? Probably with this mustache, I look like Jacob. Like, like
A little bit.
short hair. I'm basically
Jacob, you all of a sudden look cute.
Some of you I know, and many of you have no idea who the hell you are. Hi guys. So we had this kind of idea to do a little roast. I don't even know if it's happening, and I didn't write mine down, but it's in my mind. I need to take my jacket off.
She's been roasting me all my life, just for the record. Like tonight's did, like she needs to have it written down.
I've had a lifetime of practice. No, you guys, a couple of weeks ago, I had this thought in my mind that the person I've known the longest in my life is Jacob. And think about it, when I was a kid, when I was a little baby and a toddler, I didn't know anyone else in the world. I just knew my mom, my dad, and Jacob. Can you imagine, like, what happens when you go in the real world where, like, this personality is what reality is to you? Everyone seemed really quiet. I was like, why are people so quiet? Like, everyone just seems so calm. Like, my whole life I had to, like, people had to have big personalities for me to be able to be with them because, like, I'd known this huge personality. Can you imagine? But that was something actually that was amazing for me because I always was attracted to really amazing people. And I think it's because I had my brother as, you know, the role model of what people should be like. But there's some interesting things that you probably don't know about Jacob. And one of the things that I remembered is when we were kids, Jacob's dream was to be a director. He was obsessed with Steven Spielberg. And and I don't know if he remembers this, he wrote a film and made this film where there was a hero and he had a dog. Guess who played the dog? No. I was like, you know, like younger. I was like 6 at the time. And he was like this big kid to me. And he was like, you're the dog. And I was like, woof, woof, woof. Like, and he was filming it. But the other funny thing about Jacob was like, he beat me up all the time. But if anybody ever even tried to mess with me, he'd be like, you're not touching my sister. And I was like, that's so weird because, like, you know, at home he would kick my ass, but he would never let anyone else kick my ass. So, you know, it was very weird. But I'm just going to say one last thing because this is, for me, a story that shows who my brother is and what he's meant in my life. And I think he might know what I'm talking about. Jacob and I have had so many experiences together. We crossed the desert. We escaped Iran. You know, my brother was this person by my side. We came to America. We were bullied. You know, we had to learn a whole different culture. We had to deal with our parents who were having a hard time adjusting. We had to be parents ourselves. And, you know, we had this whole life together. And this story that me and Jacob went through just shows so much about who he is and what our relationship is. So Jacob calls me one day. Well, a little backstory. Me and my daughter, at the time she was 4, we went to Italy. I went to grad school in Italy for 1 year. I was living in northern Italy, about 45 minutes away from Torino. I was in gastronomic science school. And Jacob calls me one day in May, and he's like, hey, Ju, I bought a plane ticket. I'm coming to see you. I get there a week from today. I'm like, okay. That's it. Hangs up the phone. Week later comes. I'm ready for Jacob to come. Doesn't show up. Okay. Next day comes. No Jacob. Go to bed around 11 o'clock at night. Knock, knock, knock. I come to the door. I'm like, where the fuck have you been? Didn't you say your flight lands 2 days ago? oh, I went to Milan and I was walking around and I met these really awesome people and we decided to hang out and we got some beers and then the night went to wine and then we had dinner and then, and then it was just amazing. Okay. So he comes home, goes to bed. Next day, he goes to so I'm at a school. It's a small school in northern Italy for gastronomic sciences. And there's about 1,000 kids in the school. It's very small. And I've already been there since September. It's already May. I know a good amount of people, but a lot of people I don't know. The next day, Jacob goes and sits in a cafe. He's reading a book, writing. He meets some kids from my school. They start hanging out. They kidnap him. They all end up drinking all day and all night, partying. I have no idea where Jacob is. He comes back the next afternoon. He's like, Jew, you don't understand. I had this. He comes out like 2 or 3 days later, actually. And he's like, I had the most amazing time. I met all these people. The next day, we go into town and we're walking. And literally, you guys, I'm not kidding, every single person, Jacobo! Oh, buongiorno, Jacobo! The whole town! I've been living there, you guys, for 9 months. Nobody knew who I was. The entire town knew who my brother was. My phone starts ringing. My phone's never rang there. Hey, Judith, is Jacobo there? Literally, everyone in my school is hitting me up to talk to my brother. Comes to my school, he's like a rock star. Everyone's like, hey, what's up? Coming up, giving 5. All the girls are in love with him. And for the night, he extended his trip 3 weeks more. He was supposed to be there for a week. It was my last month in school. Every night of the week, my brother made street parties. We just had the time of our fucking lives. My brother just brought every single person in this tiny little town in Italy together. And I bet you if he goes back, people are going to still remember him. It was just the most amazing, beautiful moment. And the truth about Jacob is that he's magic. This is magical.
Yeah.
And so even though Jacob can be a big motherfucking pain in the ass, making us wait and doing all kinds of crazy shit, we put up with it because I don't know if any of us have met anyone in the world who's like Jacob. And that's the most amazing thing. Those experiences, connecting with those kinds of people. And the thing is, Jacob brings all kinds of people that are like that together. Happy birthday, Jacob.
Wow. Couple of things that we used to fight, but I was defending myself. And I have she has no stitches. I have stitches all over my body because Juju, the Persian women in our family, they throw a right hook, mean right hook, but that was beautiful. And in Italy, it was magic because Shai was there and the chemistry was right. And I lived in Isla Vista in Santa Barbara, so did Judith, and it's a college town. And so I had experience with that crowd, and we turned it up. We really did. We owned this city for about 3 weeks. We were throwing house parties at people's houses, major parties. The whole town was like, oh my God, this party tonight. We had fun. But I wrote something for you there. I'll share that real quick, even though I've shared it a bunch of times, but I'll share it. This explains the whole trip, and I wrote this. Judith, we connected, and she said a lot of beautiful things. And you went I think to the restroom or something and to say hi to someone, and you came back and I had this for you, and this was just freestyle one time, but it explains that whole trip. I feel long goodbyes without a lonely night, smiling chows to help you carry on. Under the sun, a little town. Though from far away, we all are one. We work so hard while drinking wine. We came to see, to fall in line. Though with no regrets, we chased the signs. And through simple meals, we found the time to dine. Through childish fights, we formed the bonds we sought. We planted seeds which will not always sprout. Our efforts might not change the world. Be kind yet bold and leave a tale forever told. And may we be at eternal play. Listen to birds as they serenade, to not forget that through our dreams there is hope for a brighter day. You'll be on my mind, though out of sight. I will miss the most those childish fights. Save the long goodbyes and dry your eyes. For here on Horizon, baby, there will always be just one more night. Thank you. All right. You ready, Matt? No more roasting? Thank you. I didn't know that was happening. That was really beautiful. Thank you. Not that I like to be the center of attention, but that was Judith knows what I'm talking about. Thank you, Juju. I love you.